Puerto Rico has a long tradition in the production of life-saving medicines that touch the lives of billions of patients around the world. Today, the biopharmaceutical industry constitutes a significant portion of Puerto Rico's industrial footprint. What is the importance of our industry to Puerto Rico? We, the biopharmaceutical industry, comprise of one of the main economic engines of our country, contributing to approximately 30% of the gross national product. The fruit of our work accounts for more than a third of the taxes collected, translating into an injection of more than $3 billion per year.
Conscious of the contribution of our industry to Puerto Rico, the Global Competitiveness Committee, or GCC, of the Pharmaceutical Industry Association has developed a long-term strategy for the retention and attraction of manufacturing operations by enhancing our competitiveness in the biopharmaceutical arena. The strategy relies in three pillars to bolster the development of our industry by promoting the continuous pursuit of operational excellence, the improvement of the business environment, and the strengthening of our industrial ecosystem. All essential elements for the advancements of Puerto Rico's value proposition to stakeholders, decision makers of our industry, and the patients we serve.
Making quality medicine is a highly regulated and technically demanding affair. In doing it better, compliance, academia, and culture converge, impulsing the continuous pursuit of operational excellence.
I have been a quality advocate for more than 25 years. Why quality and compliance are part of PIA competitiveness strategy? It's important to let you know that Puerto Rico pharma industry supply medicines to more than 120 countries, having to meet different regulatory agencies with strict requirements that we must exceed. Puerto Rico Pharma has an excellent record of meeting every year those standards, with the approval of many new medicines and outstanding results in regulatory inspections.
Continued education of the biopharma workforce is obtained by offering technical and regulatory compliance forums. Partnering with higher education institutions, we facilitate the continuous evolution of scientific and technical curricula that will form the future scientists and technical leaders of our industry.
In 2013, we started a collaboration with PIA with the objective of strengthening the academic offering of the university to make the island biopharmaceutical industry more competitive. With PIA and Indunit, we were able to develop and approve an official minor concentration in pharmaceutical engineering, which started this past August.
Sponsoring job fairs and career days aimed at educating students on their professional opportunities in our industry, we foster their development of these future leaders. Our industrial partners support diverse programs to expose students to our industry. A culture of leaders with a continuous improvement mindset focused on the reliable supply and customer satisfaction is an essential enabler of operational excellence.
The GCC steering team identified culture as an enabler to achieve operational excellence. This is the genesis of our culture and leadership team. One of the first things we did was to run a survey among all the GMs for manufacturing and the commercial side of the business. We asked them to identify key attributes critical for future site leaders and to assess their leadership against those attributes. The opportunity was clear, and we created the forums, a safe space to discuss these topics, to meet each other, to build stronger networks, to reflect together. We have had 3 very successful leadership and innovation summits. We are actively encouraging our industry leadership and emerging talent to play an active role in the transformation of their companies, our biopharma industry, and Puerto Rico.
As emerging talents, PIA has given us the opportunity to pay it forward, to give back to Puerto Rico just a small part of everything this country has given us.
In my case, I am a member of the Academia Committee. We are working with different initiatives that will provide to the graduate students additional skills to be successful in the pharmaceutical industry.
My participation in PIA helps me to develop strong relationships with other co-workers within the business, which enables strong collaboration and networking.
I just recently joined PIA as an emerging talent. In the past few months, I've learned how PIA has a commitment with Puerto Rico and the pharmaceutical industry. I have been part of various conventions where I could see how PIA is integrating the pharmaceutical industry as one. In the past, we saw ourselves as competitors. Now, we're seeing ourselves as co-workers and working for the same goal.
Partnering with the government, attractive incentives, and the access to nimble processes that facilitate doing business in Puerto Rico are key elements for the continued growth of our industry. Competing in a globalized economy, tax incentives in Puerto Rico remain a key element of attraction.
The Business Environment Initiative has the fundamental of bringing business and tax certainty to the environment in Puerto Rico. Certainty and stability are two key words in making investment decisions, which tie to the operational excellence and ecosystems generates the business environment needed to nurture industry and economic growth in our country. Why PIA engage in this? To try to bring back the certainty and the stability and promote investment in our manufacturing industry.
One initiative we worked really hard in 2016 is making sure that our chief tax officers have a direct line of communication with the government of Puerto Rico. Obviously the governor, but also the most important agencies.
The ever-evolving needs of our industry depend extensively on access to adequate infrastructure and the support of sophisticated supply chains of goods and services.
Through the latter, we have established a very powerful coalition of leaders from the PIA member companies. These partnerships have enabled great things for our companies, our industry, and our country. These networks enable us to share best practices that make our operations stronger and more efficient. We have the capability to have a more powerful combined voice when dealing with government agencies and other entities that support our industry. For example, over the last few years, the engineering leaders of PIA have established very strong partnerships with the Puerto Rico Electric Power Authority, PREPA, and the Puerto Rico Aqueduct and Sewer Authority, PRASA, the two most important utility providers to the industry.
Over the past year, I've had the privilege and honor to lead the transportation team of the Global Competitiveness Committee, along with the finest group of logistics professionals in the industry. Through meetings with industry leaders, we have been able to get an in-depth understanding of industry capacity and future outlook. We have achieved a lot in the last 10 months. However, we still have a long ways to go. If you're passionate about transportation and logistics and want to contribute to our island's competitiveness in this field, please join us in this effort.
As a specialized service firm, they consider us in the industry and indirect jobs, but in reality we see ourselves as direct jobs because we work hand in hand with our clients and they depend on us as much as we depend on them to provide the end result. The reality is that our benefits and salaries for our employees are similar to the industry and we're working in very high-end technology. We believe that companies like PASIC provide a very strong ecosystem of suppliers in Puerto Rico that not only provide a local competitive advantage, but also a competitive advantage to Puerto Rico as a whole.
We can be proud of our contribution to the world of the supply of medicines from Puerto Rico. Making our society aware of this fact will enable us to realize the full potential of this industry.
Our focus this year is to reach the 20,000 industry and associate member employees and educate them about the multiple and diverse contributions the biopharmaceutical industry introduced to Puerto Rico and ultimately the world. As we started developing and deploying our communication plan, it's truly gratifying to see the positive reactions and feedback we are receiving from our workforce, people that are truly proud for being part of this important industry. We encourage our employees and members to become ambassadors of the biopharma industry. We need to continue to educate ourselves about our important social and economic impact, and also educate others such as family, friends, and communities.
The future growth of the industry in Puerto Rico lies in the continued development of our current and emerging talent and their ability to lead our industry in enhancing our competitiveness in the biopharmaceutical arena.